All right, everyone. Welcome to another rendition of the Angry Agent Uncle podcast. Thank you again for joining us as we rant about anything and everything. I am your host, Reynold, and my co host.
Hey there, everybody. It's Vic again.
All right. So today we have another special guest, Katie. Katie, can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello. I am from the US. I live in Sweden. I married a Swede and got a crazy last name that nobody wants to try to pronounce. Would you like to try to pronounce it, either of you?
B
I'll.
B Bjärgvide?
Oh,
Bjarg
that's so close.
Bjärgvide.
So close.
Well, my okay. I'm gonna pronounce it. My screen reader taught me.
Okay.
It,
Okay.
it said Jorbai.
I love it.
That's what it
It's,
said.
it's pronounced Bjärgvide.
Okay,
Whoa.
that's totally off.
Yeah, totally off. Yeah.
But no, you're so close. Um, I'm a twin mom. I have two 9-year olds, and I also have a almost 3-year old. Um, and I have a lot of things I'm doing online, some more consistently than others. I have a vlog on YouTube where I share happy memories and poetic thoughts, and I have a podcast where I talk to people about their spiritual experiences and transformative experiences and the whole gamut of bizarre. Like I had a lady who's an animal psychic who connected with my dead cat. That was really cool. And I had a
Wow.
friend share about her alien experiences that she had as a kid. And I just love weird stuff.
I
My
love
husband and
that.
I have
Yeah. Great.
my husband and I
Oh
have a
man.
creative writing podcast called Stories About Blank, where we
Uh-huh.
where we get a writing prompt and we take half an hour, write, and then read it out loud to each other and talk about our creative processes and inspiration.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, lots
You
of
do a lot
stuff.
of
I'm
things.
probably missing
All,
something.
all the creative
Yeah.
stuff.
All this time you're doing as a parent, as a mom.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like
How do you find the
that's a,
time?
exactly.
I mean, I have very low expectations for things. Like, I'm not like, oh, I have to have a video up every 2 days. I think I last uploaded to my vlog on like the 2nd of November, and it's now the 23rd of November. So I'm not like killing myself about schedules for one thing.
So
Oh,
Katie just
that's
goes with the
good.
flow.
I go with the
That's a good
flow.
idea. Yeah.
Trying to be more on top of the creative writing podcast because it's a really great excuse to spend time with my husband and have fun being creative. But I'm also
Oh,
hoping
okay.
that it can feed into the business that I want to grow, which is being a creative coach, idea giver, video editor, like to be in that process with people that feel like I need to put myself out there, but I don't know how, and I'm not brave to talk in front of the camera. I can be their cheerleader and their friend and their idea giver about how to make themselves sparkle more, and then edit the videos for them to
Oh,
bring out
great.
their personality and their specialness.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. Yeah.
Maybe go edit our videos because I do no editing.
Oh, I would love
Oh,
to.
we're raw. We just present
Yeah, we're
whatever we
just
record raw.
yeah, we just put it up
The
first
thing
because
that I
I
love to
can't
do with
see.
pod The thing I love to do with podcasts, especially, is to break them into little 1, 2 minute chunks that people can use for their, like come listen to the rest of the episode and also enjoy
Oh
this fun
yes,
little
yes, yes,
moment here.
yes, yes.
Right. That's a
That's
good
always a
idea.
good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, always a good
Yeah.
idea. I've been struggling
Yeah.
to try to do that as well.
Yeah,
I've been
Katie, is it true that oh sorry, Raymond, go ahead. Yeah.
oh no, I was just saying that I was hiring ChatGPT to do that for me, but sometimes
Smart. You
sometimes
using the
that's
tools you got.
sometimes it
Gotta do what
doesn't
you gotta
pinpoint
do.
the right stuff, but
But Katie, is it true that most people's attention these days are about the length of like a short TikTok, maybe 30 seconds or less? Is that true?
Absolutely not. Like, there are so many long form videos on YouTube. There are so many people that do hour long, 2 hour long deep dives into the Emperor's New Groove and into murders. And, you know, there are just for however many people only can watch something for 30 seconds, there are that many more people that love the deep dives.
That's comforting because,
Oh,
we do long form podcasts as well. We usually about what, 45 minutes to about an hour, 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Sometimes
that's
our longest
comforting
ones
for
was
us. Yeah,
almost yeah. Our longest one was almost an hour and a half or something.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same
Yeah,
for me.
sometimes.
I'm generally in that hour area too.
Glad to
And
know we have an audience out there who can appreciate long form podcasts.
oh
Right.
yeah. And it's
Right.
and I have this thought about this kind of podcast is people are looking for someone they connect with, you know? It's kind of like dating. It's kind of like, okay, who do I feel a connection with? Who do I want to spend more time with? And there's content that I really enjoy, but I don't enjoy so much the personality of the
That's
person.
true. Yeah,
They're
that's
too
true. Yeah.
repetitive or they're too
Yeah.
angry or they talk too fast, whatever. So it's like there is an audience out there for exactly who you are. Your tempo of
Mm.
Thank you.
speech, your banter, your sense of humor.
Yeah. So the
Oh, okay.
delivery is just as important as the content, right?
Exactly. It's like
Hmm.
not
Oh,
everybody's gonna like me. That's okay. My
that's
people
There's
are
a
okay.
different channel for everybody. Yeah.
yeah.
We gotta find our niche people. We need to
Yeah.
find
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
people, our peeps.
Right. But so Katie, how did you end up moving to Sweden? Tell us
I'm
about that.
married a Swede. I met him in Germany. We were actually with a theater company called Covenant Players. And that was it was we were missionaries that did theater, and so we
Oh,
Okay.
performed in the language of the country, and we traveled all over German speaking countries, French speaking countries. We went to South Africa
wow.
and and but big chunk of the US. And
Well,
yeah, it was 13-ish years of my life and 9-ish years of his life.
Wow, talk about commitment, right, Reynolds?
exactly.
That's commitment right there.
Exactly. No wonder she could. That's really stick to itiveness, right?
So
Stick
moving
to
to
it.
Sweden is a piece of cake for you. It's easy.
I mean, I've been here for like 8-ish years and I get the flow of it. It's not always easy, but it's the thing about other cultures, as you probably know, being different cultures, having because Vic, you sound American. Are you did you grow up in America?
No, well, Reynolds and I are considered ABCs, like American born Chinese.
Okay.
But I didn't even grow up in the States. Like I grew up in the Philippines, actually, of all
Okay.
places.
So you
Yeah.
really know about with other cultures, especially when you see people come into it and they don't embrace what's real, what's right there in front of them. They just have one foot in the other world and they're always comparing and they're always upset that where
Right,
they are
right.
doesn't match where they think they should be. And
Yes.
like you got to just accept where you are and accept that, okay, that's not them being this culture being rude. This is what's polite for them.
Uh-huh.
You can't put your standards on other cultures all the time or you'll never be happy
That's
anywhere
right.
you.
That's very important. Right. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's
So many Americans cannot get used to Sweden because it is so different from America.
I just thought it was just so cold, right? Just maybe see it. It's just so cold.
It's not a waste one winter wonderland of just ice, 10 months out of the year. I'm also on an island in the middle of the Baltic, so it's very like temperate and
Ah,
there's a
oh, okay.
lot of tourists that come in the summer. It's a beautiful island that's got all these beaches and all these farms and beautiful stone walls and a really cool medieval festival and a big
Oh,
enclosed
cool.
city wall, medieval city wall that goes around Visby, and
that
it's very
sounds
chill.
wonderful. Yeah.
Must be cool
Mm.
during the. Did they celebrate Christmas there? They should, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's a big
This
thing over
seems
there. Yeah.
seem like a cool backdrop, to
Yeah.
have all that during
I'm
Christmas time.
I'm really looking forward to the medieval winter this market. It's much smaller than the one in the summer, but yeah, it's cool to
Wow.
see all the people in their medieval clothes selling their neat stuff.
Wow. I've never been
That's
to
pretty cool.
Sweden myself. Only been to Denmark, and I have a friend from Norway. So I guess in some ways I'm exposed to Scandinavian culture, but Sweden itself, no. But can you tell us more about what life is like over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's I can't say, oh, everybody wears their dirndls, It's not like there's a it's not like there's a Swedish clothing, it's all very westernized. People work and take care of their kids and live like there's the special things to Sweden that are like noteworthy are the holidays. Like
Uh,
Midsummer, that's a really
oh,
big one. The big ones are Easter, Christmas, Midsummer. Yeah, those are the big
so it's like
ones.
a mix
Okay.
of Viking and Christian culture.
Possibly. But it's like so many of the Christmas traditions, are coming from the pagan ones. It's like, oh, most people are understanding that. But like, okay, what's special about Swedish Christmas? We have like it's like the same meat food that you have for all three meals and special holidays is like
Uh,
meatballs and
Swedish
lingon.
meatballs?
Yeah,
I guess
Swedish
it's just
meatballs.
meatballs. Just meatballs over there, right?
Yeah.
Such a lame joke.
No, it's like the Chinese Chinese
Well,
people.
hey, that's all I know about Swedish meatballs from IKEA. That's
Yeah.
right.
And the Swedish chef who's actually like Norwegian.
Okay.
But it's
There's
the culture is similar though, right? Across Scandinavia. I mean, yeah, there are
yeah,
little variations here and there, but I think for the most part they're pretty homogenous, right?
yeah. Like the things that people find out about Sweden on like YouTube videos and stuff is like the rotten fish.
Oh, I've
Like
had that though. Yeah, I've tried that. Well, no, well, I had a version of that, not as powerful as the Scandinavian one, but I had something similar when I was studying in Holland. And
whoa.
they have their version of that, but it's just herring. It's not too
Yeah.
bad. It's just herring, fresh herring in vinegar and served with lots of onions. But I think the Scandinavian one is like fermented, right? So it's got
Yeah.
a really
I've
pungent
never
and
had
strong
it, but it's
taste.
like I've never had it, but it's like illegal to open it in an apartment building because it's so disgusting. It's
Right.
like it's like a stink bomb. It's like buried into the ground for months and then
Yeah,
dug
yeah, yeah.
out and
It's like a durian. You know, our version of that in
Right.
Asia would be like a
Yeah.
durian,
A lot of
durian fruit.
hotels. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
They
allowed to
say
take
no,
it
no
on
to
a
hotel
flight.
rooms and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I guess
basically.
everywhere has one of those, right?
Or stinky tofu, right? Stinky tofu
So yeah,
in
exactly.
some parts of Asia, like Taiwan,
Yeah.
some parts of China. Yeah, stinky
Yeah.
tofu is also like for first
Yeah.
timers, it's like, what is that smell? Like, what are you guys eating
Exactly.
over here?
Right. Another fermented item.
Oh
oh, I
boy.
forgot a really important thing about Sweden. Fika.
Oh, what's fika?
Fika.
Fika is the most important thing. It's a snack time. It's the coffee
Oh,
break, the
snack
tea
time.
break.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Cinnamon
I heard
rolls.
about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
Like
now.
Swedes take their breaks seriously. They are not like the workaholics in the American movies. It's like, I can't stop working. They're like, no,
Right.
we stop everything. Like
Oh,
businesses
nice.
close down. Like they don't answer the phone. Like we eat our fika now.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
nice.
supposedly Fika is a time when a lot of Swedes actually spend time to bond with each other, right? So it's a very
Yeah.
social event. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not just
definitely.
cookies and coffee. It's actually their time for bonding.
Yeah.
I could get into
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
So as an
That's good.
American living in Sweden now, what do you think? Do you recommend it to other people or uh tell us about it?
I would definitely. I would just it's the if people are much more introverted, they would be a lot happier here. If people are really extroverted and the kind of like, they want to go make friends with people at Walmart kind of types, like that's not going to happen here. People are
Yeah,
not
that's
just
true.
open to friendships and open
Yeah.
to um just talking to somebody for no reason. Like so
Oh, really?
like when you go into a store, they won't even like look at you.
Oh,
They
really?
they they wait for you to instigate conversation.
Wow. So do you find it hard to make friends over there when you
There
first
are
got there?
there are scenarios where it is easier. Like there's this thing called open daycare, which is awesome, and
Mhm.
I would have lost my mind if it wasn't for this place. It's a place where parents can bring their kids like in a daycare setting, but the parents stay and they can
Oh,
talk to other parents, and their kids can play together, and there's singing time where everybody gets in a circle and sings children's songs together.
Sounds
oh,
pretty good.
it's pretty
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I can imagine
That's a
why.
context where people can talk to each other because they have a reason to talk to each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
that must be like very soothing for your sanity because, like you said, at least my experience is kind of similar to yours. Dealing with Northern Europeans, they can be quite cold,
Yeah.
especially if you're
hmm,
coming from the US where people like to talk. Over
yeah.
there, it's like if I don't know you, we don't really have a reason to talk to each other.
The
But
Philippines is
yeah.
pretty friendly too, right?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Philippines, Taiwan,
Everyone's
some
friendly. Yeah.
parts of Asia, yeah, but not some
Yeah.
some other parts of Asia are very similar to the Scandinavians. So like the Japanese, they don't generally like to talk to people unless they know you.
Mm.
It
Correct.
takes some effort. Like you gotta be their friend first, then they open up, which is what I notice about the Northern Europeans as well.
Yeah.
Do you guys speak Chinese?
Yes,
Yeah.
and some other local dialects. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
From birth?
Taiwanese.
Like from birth, or did you have to learn?
Um, yeah, I guess you could say from birth, but most of the dialects are slowly disappearing though, because
Um,
more and more, with each generation, less and less people want to speak it, and then they just talk in Mandarin Chinese. Yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
So like
The
for example,
general.
our local dialect here is Taiyu, which is Taiwanese. That's
Mhm.
yeah, it's widely spoken, but the younger kids, they have a harder time understanding it and speaking it just because
oh.
it's not prevalent anymore. They don't
Yeah.
really hear it a lot, so it's slowly disappearing. Yeah.
Maybe not as cool anymore. I don't
The same thing's actually happening on Gotland. There's a Gotlandic dialect,
know.
Whoa.
Gotemol.
It sounds so strong. It sounds so Vikingish. Gotland.
Oh my goodness.
Gotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, my husband spent so much time around non-native Swedish speakers, and when
Mm.
you are the native speaker who's teaching other foreigners your language, you speak in a much more clear, enunciated way, and that makes you lose your accent, your unique part of your worldness.
Hmm, hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
happened to him. He lost his Gotlandic accent,
Oh,
speaking clearly for foreigners.
I
I
bet his
see.
is well, his is kind of like a hodgepodge of different acts, and people are having a difficult time figuring out where he's from exactly.
Swedes would never ask. They would just wonder,
Oh,
like Amer like Americans are like, here's my opinion. This is my faith. This is my politics on their
Sure,
shirt. This
yeah.
and
It's
that.
right.
very in your
Exactly.
face, right? Yeah.
Yes.
The Swedes, it's like deer in the headlights seeing something like that. Like, oh my gosh, an opinion. I don't want to say anything to offend anyone. Please put your opinion away before
Yes.
anything happens.
Oh,
Yeah, Katie,
it's
like a few years
very
ago, I
nice.
saw this meme on the internet about um just Scandinavian crime mystery thrillers on TV. And it's just it's a meme. It's so funny. I guess it's kind of true in some ways if you watch a couple of them. And it's like it's just like the way they would talk and interact with each other is just so different from the crime dramas we see in the US, for example, right? In the US, it's all about like banging down the door and then like shoot first, ask questions later, right? And then the Scandinavian ones are always like so quiet and so intellectual, like really
Yeah.
thinking about the conversation. The dialogue is the main point, right? And it's like, where's the action? What am I watching here?
Okay, you guys are gonna love this. There was a thing that Swedes recycled too well, and they didn't have enough garbage to power their factory, so they had to get garbage from Norway.
Yeah, I heard about
Oh,
that. Yeah. First world problems, right?
First
right.
world
So good
problems.
for them. Good for them.
Not enough trash.
Not enough trash. Like, hey, we actually need a little trash. We're too
Right.
clean.
Right. Oh man, that's
It's
not an
really
issue over
hard.
here.
I haven't been in America since 2018,
Oh wow.
and it was so weird being there and just how my parents throw away everything. It's like recycling.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
What are
yes,
you
yes.
doing?
Yeah, that's a funny thing about when you live in another country for a couple of years. Like you go back to your home country and you don't feel the same anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right? Did you notice that, Katie?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like you're a different person now.
So which country do you guys feel the most at home in?
That's a good question. Reynolds, will you go ahead?
Yeah, sorry, I
Uh,
haven't really let you get a word in edgewise.
I'm
Don't worry,
afraid
I
to.
do the same to him as well. I
You know,
apologize to him
I'm
off
afraid.
air always. Like, I'm sorry, keep
Uh,
talking. I'm sorry.
well, I'm always afraid to answer this question because, um, because my answer, I don't want to make it seem like, I'm not I don't love America, but I do actually rather prefer to be in Taiwan. Hopefully,
Whoa.
people
Yeah.
don't hear this. Yeah, I don't want to lose my citizenship here in America,
America is next.
but
Go
still,
for it.
yeah, I
Get
still
out,
would like.
Reynolds. Get out when you can.
I'm, yes,
Come back to the
that's
motherland.
right. I'm trying. I mean, I said I would rather retire in Taiwan because I mean, right now the cost of living in America is so high. I live in California; it's
Oh my gosh.
ridiculous. And then, to be honest, the transportation. I always have a beef with transportation since I'm blind. It's really bad for me here because it's
Mm,
a sort of a driving, sort of driving society, right? People need to
Especially in
drive here.
LA. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
sprawl.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a driving society. Over in Taiwan, you could get around by not having to drive or not having a car. There are so many public transportation, but even just getting a cab or a Uber is fairly cheap versus here in the United States, or in California. Um,
yeah. Actually,
so
have
yeah.
actually have a friend who's white and disabled who left California to go live in Thailand because it's so much better over there for all of those
Oh yeah.
reasons.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I choose Taiwan because first, that's where my family is from. I know friends there, such as Vic and other friends, and I assimilate with the culture there, even though I was born in America, raised in America. But I feel at home with the people over there because everyone's speaking Chinese, and I feel we have the same body build and everything, and then we have the same sort of mentality and ideas. So
Mm,
sometimes I feel at home in Taiwan because it's just not as bold and in your face sort of thing. Sometimes I
Yeah,
just want to
you
be,
don't
by
stick out
yourself.
so much, yeah, when
Yeah,
you're here in
yeah,
Taiwan, right? Because you
yeah,
look like everybody else, yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then you don't get feared of discrimination or something. I mean,
mm,
I don't experience it as much, but you feel sometimes some people get more special privileges or special treatment versus you. So, but nowadays I just play my disabled card, be like, hey, I'm disabled. Treat
Nice.
me better.
Point for honesty.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So, yeah.
you genuinely need certain support. It's not playing a card, it's just a genuine need.
Yes, that's true. But sometimes I overplay it a little, but oh
Nah.
well.
Come on, man,
Nah,
live
it's all
it up.
right.
Soak it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's
always
such
like
an
the
interesting.
hookups.
Sorry?
Oh no, I said always like the hookups, right? Getting hooked up. But anyways, right? Anyways, okay, okay. Another bad joke. Okay. Continue.
Well, you're
Uh,
an Asian uncle. You're allowed bad jokes. That's
okay,
okay.
yeah. Right.
It's
I'm still
familiar
early in the
territory, I
morning.
guess.
My brain is still trying to boot up.
Hey, that's my excuse. That's my
Your
excuse.
brain is
It's too
trying to
late in
boot
the
down,
evening.
right? It's trying to shut down. Mine needs to get active. Still,
Oh man.
it's still booting.
I wanted
Uh,
to go back to the thing about looking like everyone else because it's been a really interesting experience in my life. I'm from Utah. Utah is super white. There in my
Uh-huh.
school there was like I remember at one point there was like one black kid, one Asian kid, like one Jewish kid. Like that's it. Jewish kid was also white. So it's like just a sea of whiteness. Um, and it was really interesting in South Africa when I was there, and that there was times when my husband and I were the only white people in an entire mall,
Uh-huh.
and how fascinating of an experience that was. And we had a lovely black girl on our team, and just walking like side by side with her, and people looking at us weird, or like having people that saw me made eye contact with me and then immediately dropped eye contact
Right,
because
right. Yeah.
it's not even that long before in their history a black person would get slapped in the face for making eye contact with a white person.
Mm, I
Holy
see. Okay.
cow.
Yeah, yeah. Must have been an
Must be, yeah.
intense experience, yeah, for you.
It was so weird for having people act scared of me or act like, oh no, to me. I'm like, what is happening?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And
Oh,
in
that's
Sweden, I look like everyone else. They don't know that I'm not one of them until I open my mouth.
And then the secrets come out.
Is this?
Yeah. Then my American accent comes out. Not as bad as some American accented Swedish, but
Oh,
I
I
have a
see.
bit of a musical ear for languages. So
Oh, good. Do you speak?
I know,
How many languages do you speak?
well, I could at one point in time speak pretty conversational German.
Hmm.
I could at one point in time speak something resembling French. Um, and now it's just Swedish and English.
Oh, that's good
But
enough.
even Swedish alone,
Yeah.
I hear it's pretty hard to learn. It's not an easy
Swedish is way
language to
better than
learn.
French, let me tell you.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Okay.
French, if you know about like ego death,
Ego
What,
death.
if you want
what's ego?
ego death, just like completely being humbled.
French, yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
French
yeah.
will humble the heck out of you.
Right,
oh,
yeah.
It's hard language.
well,
The word is
So,
this long on paper, but you say this much of it. Oh, sorry,
right.
Reynold. I held my fingers out far away from each other and said the the word is this long, and then I put my fingers next to each other. But this is how much you say of it. Like
oh, thanks. Thanks for
it's
the description.
it's
I
just a
appreciate that.
crazy language.
So it's in a pretty roundabout way. That answers my question a while ago, how you ended up living in Sweden and what
Yeah,
it's
married
like
to
for
Sweden.
you, right? So tell us a bit more about the creative writing aspect and also spirituality stuff. I'm very interested to hear about that.
Yeah. Um, like about my creative writing podcast.
Sure, tell us about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and why is that your passion? Why do you like to do that?
It's just so fun to just go into this space where I have just the prompt and I just start typing and I start feeling like I'm getting trying to get into the mind of someone else and some emotional core is tapped into, and like a few times I've even started crying a little bit as I'm
Mm,
writing,
mm,
like I feel so much about it. And like the last episode we did, it was about it was the prompt was she was very good, or he was very adept at collecting or something like that.
mm,
And
Hmm.
I changed the pronouns, and then I started going into it being a perspective from a non-binary person's point of view. And I just really felt this character that was it's pretty different from me in a lot of ways, but similar in some ways, that I don't feel like I'm 100% non-binary, but I don't feel like I'm a girly girl. I'm a dainty, demure, eating just a salad,
mm.
whatever female expectations are putting on heels to go to the store and get milk, like I don't couldn't ever fit into that world. Um, so it was interesting to go even deeper into what it could be like for someone.
And so it's kind of like through creative writing, you could inhabit different people's
Yeah,
bodies,
like I
right?
did when I was an
Yeah.
actor, because that's what I was doing when I was traveling around
Right,
all
right,
the
right.
countries was acting.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true. Yeah. Yeah. Being an actor. That's exactly.
Yeah,
Playing different parts and then trying on different roles and
Mhm.
kind of inhabiting that role for a time being. Yeah.
yeah. And like, and the spiritual aspect of things is like it was such a it's a can of worms, ain't it? Super fun one. But
Oh no, you're
America being,
talking to Asians here. Like we're all about
Yeah.
karma and reincarnation
oh
and
yeah, I love
anything.
all
Yeah, we're
that
open
stuff.
for anything.
Well,
You're
like
talking to Asians here.
I grew up in an evangelical background where,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
reincarnation, that's evil, that's the
Mm-hmm.
devil. Everything that's not, white colonizer Jesus is evil. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and actually finding out how much in history has been just whitewashed and
Altered,
trampled
yeah.
over and altered. It's like it was January 6th, I feel like was the big wake up call to I don't want I had been trying to keep one foot in the Christian world and one foot in the being interested in other things world, and I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with these people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and obviously I was a missionary for 13 years. It was my whole life, and it
Right.
Mm-hmm.
was it was a really heavy time with COVID, and my grandma died of COVID, and all these people were like,
Mm-hmm.
"We're gonna have spreader events. Look at what amazing stuff God is doing. Look at this
Mhm.
revival." Like, this is evil. You guys are crazy. You think that Trump is good. You think that God wanted this to happen. I can't with you anymore. And I was like a kid that loved like ghosts and Loch Ness monster and
Mm-hmm.
Nessie and fun stuff, and but I was like that was always trampled like no, 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 that's evil. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was so awesome to get to be in wonder. I
Mm-hmm.
jumped into lots of weird listening to weird podcasts about near death experiences
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
aliens and different stuff, and I was like,
Down the rabbit hole.
rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
Hey,
I got this book on my Kindle about how reincarnation was in the Bible and they just tried to take it out, but there still are remnants of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
If you dig deep enough, you'll
yeah, I
find
was
it.
like,
Yeah.
who do people say that I am? Well, some say that you're Moses, as in reincarnated
Yeah,
Moses.
yeah, yeah, right. It's in
Oh,
there. It's in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now I would be consider myself agnostic, hopeful agnostic, and now I just love to hear other people's stories. Sometimes I reach out to people who've been on the big podcasts, and I've
Mm-hmm.
even had some of them come on to mine, like people who are guests on Next Level Soul and Jeff Mara
Mm-hmm.
podcast.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
That's been
interesting you should say that. Over here in Asia, it's the other way around. So here the challenge is to how to whittle it down and really focus on uh, good substance versus just fluff. Meaning in Asia, in Asian cultures, talking about Hindus and East Asians, there's a whole Taoist tradition, there's a ancestor worship tradition, and the Hindu religion, the reincarnation, karma, it's very prevalent. The challenge
Mhm.
for us is how to weed out, all the people who are using religion in a negative way to their advantage. Like there are
Like
a
to
lot of fake
control other people.
gurus. Yeah, there are a
Oh,
lot
like to
of
control people through
sure,
fear.
yes, yeah, through
Mhm.
fear, who basically just scam you, right? They use
Mm.
Right.
religion as a pretext to take your money, to
Yeah.
Do you
have
think that
control over you.
in your country, do you think people are more gullible about stuff?
I think because it's everywhere and it's sometimes very hard to discriminate what's good and bad information. Like I
Mm,
often find that there's still a place for the Occidental, or meaning the Western thought. It has a place in Eastern thought because if you balance the two out, you kind of get the middle way, which is a more balanced view
mm.
of any religion or any spirituality issue. Meaning, what I appreciate about the Western mindset is it's more critical thinking, it's more, trying to rely on logic. And you need some of that. You can't just like, well, this
Yeah,
guru has been like, teaching our family for 5 generations, therefore he's infallible. He can't be
Right.
wrong. It's like, no, no, like you gotta,
that like that
right?
literally just enables abusers.
Exactly. So you
Yeah.
have to take everything with a grain of salt and like
Yeah,
really think for yourself, right? And it's all well and good. And sometimes it's so tricky that his message is good, but the person is not good. There are people like that too. So the
yeah.
challenge for us really is to try to like, just separate these bad elements from the
Mm.
purity of the message. Yeah. So it's like the other
You
way
think,
around for us.
what do you
Yeah.
think about people who like take aspects of Asian religions and cultures and like assimilate them into their own practices? Do you feel like, hey, that's not yours, leave it alone?
I'm okay with it. I think a lot of that happened in the 60s and 70s in the US, especially in California.
I know
All
why. I know
the,
why. Or maybe I
all
know
the,
part of why.
oh yeah, go
Oh,
ahead, tell us.
Is
yeah. Go
it
ahead.
yoga? Is it Yogananta Paramhansa?
That's one. There's a lot. There's a whole bunch. There's like a whole movement back in the 60s, all
Yeah.
the stuff
These are
from
crazy times.
India and from East Asia. They were just infiltrating because people were into, mysticism back in the day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no problem with it. It's okay. Like I feel like truth is universal. It doesn't belong to any one group of people or any one place in the world. It's fine. But I do feel that a lot of people, again, it goes back to your intentions, right? Some gurus are
Yeah.
just in it to make money, have power, sex, right? So
Yeah.
you got to
God
watch out for
told
those
me,
people.
God told me we needed to boink. I needed to get all the seven
Exactly.
girls
Yeah.
married. Take it up
Yeah.
with God.
Hey, Reynolds, remember that the Om Shinrikyo cult in Japan who did the sarin gas attack all those years ago in the subway?
Oh, yeah, on the subway. Yeah.
So that
Yes.
guy, for example, I mean, he set himself up as like some kind of a messiah or savior, and he was literally selling clippings of his hair and his saliva to his followers. And then you have
Yeah.
people who buy into that. And then the most drastic thing he did was convince a lot of his followers to just set this deadly gas in the subway system, which killed a lot of people.
Oh
So
my
that's very
God.
unfortunate, right? Yeah. So you got to watch out for cult leaders like that.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
I've actually read that brick of a book by Paramhansa Yogananda. That's why I was able to pull that name out of my butt. The Art
Nice.
of a Yogi thing is like, huge. I read it, that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Still don't do yoga because I don't make time for taking care of myself.
Well, my view on that is you got to tailor it to yourself,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's like a series of guidelines as far as I'm concerned, whether it's from a Christian background or from a, Hindu or a Taoist background. It's a set of guidelines. It's not like set in stone that, oh, if you don't do 20 minutes a day, you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
Like my
It's
view, my
so-
view is no, no, no. It's a guideline. If you can hit 20 minutes, it's good. But if you can't, work it around your schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm
yeah, everyone has busy schedules, so we gotta find some way to work it around it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
said
just,
you've read about near-death experiences or you've watched some YouTube videos about it?
oh yeah. And I've had some near-death experiences on my podcast too.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Tell us
wow.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
mind?
Very
Is it
interesting.
okay for sharing? I mean, I don't want to put
Oh,
you in
Yeah.
a,
sure.
awkward situation.
Nothing awkward about it. It's one of my passions, man.
Oh,
Because
okay.
when people have had near-death experiences, their life is changed. Whatever spiritually dogmatic path they were on doesn't fit them anymore. They
Yes.
because once
Yes.
people have had a peek beyond the veil and they
Uh-huh.
see it was all love. It was all acceptance. It was all I like they people talk about having knowing everything. If any question came to mind, they could answer it. There was it's this absolute connectedness to the source of all of love, and they're pissed off when they have to come back because they're
Yeah.
like, no, I finally made it here. I'm finally home. This is where I was
Mhm.
meant to be. I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
And another really cool thing I love about it is it doesn't matter what walk of like people who were homeless and people who were literal doctors with the 17 letters behind their name,
Uh,
they have the same experience.
Right. 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 Which
They
speaks
have
to a
this,
universal truth, right?
yeah.
yeah.
And it's like people don't have anything to gain out of being honest about these things. I hate the mentality that just dismisses people's experiences of you were crazy, you were dreaming. Like, how hard is it to just give people the respect to be like, yeah, okay, I don't understand how that could have happened, but you experienced it.
Well, what you
And
described sounds wonderful. I wouldn't mind being there, to be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And some people get really cool, even cooler experiences where they like get to go travel around universes and dimensions and they get to go have a whole
Oh,
family and have a whole life. And like there was a person who got to like live on this water planet and had a whole family. And then when they went back to their body, they really, spent the rest of their life missing that water family that they left behind.
Yeah, because time works
like a
different in other
sci-fi movie.
dimensions. So that soul must have had a whole lifetime while he was under here in the
Yeah.
physical plane here on Earth, right? So time works differently. Yeah, totally. I believe that. Also, like I
I
can understand why they're pissed when they get back. It's like,
yeah.
oh
Just
man, what the hell?
It's weird. It's
I had it
weird.
good. I had it
Yeah,
good,
had it
right?
good. Exactly. Yeah. It was like, oh, I
Yeah.
was in a good place. What the heck?
Yeah.
And
Uh,
and the other thing they all have in common is they are never, none of them are ever afraid of dying because they're
Yeah.
like,
Why would you
I
be
know,
afraid of dying if you've
oh,
already experienced
yeah.
it? Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
yeah.
they come back with this passion to spread that word to other people. Don't be afraid. It's okay. There is no
Mm,
judgment.
that's
It's,
right.
I like that. I
Sounds
want to
pretty
be not
wonderful to
judged.
me. Yeah.
What's that, Reynold?
I said I like to be not judged as well. But I
Yeah.
also want to know about you said you have guests that talk about aliens. And
Yeah.
I like our ideas of aliens like, Independence Day or something, right? They come and attack us or something. Or like
Now,
Star Trek or something. I don't know. Yeah.
but granted, I've only had my one friend tell me her alien experiences. My alien um podcasts are much more from Jeff Mara
Okay.
podcast. That's where I've gotten much more of people's stories from. But my
Okay.
friend Katana actually saw a ship and actually saw beings that were not
Oh,
human
interesting.
shaped on the ship through in the window of the ship when she was a
Oh,
kid.
what kind of shape were they?
I don't remember.
Oh,
But I have another friend who
mhm.
who has talked to a mermaid when she was a kid. And I am dying to hear this story. She's always busy, so I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but I just it fills my heart with so much joy to think about there actually being other creatures in this world that are not, of
Me
this world.
too. Yeah,
It
me too.
Sometimes I just go up and look at the stars and say like, aliens, please save us.
Just show yourselves, right?
Right.
Yeah, that would be
Or
awesome.
I
or maybe
think
they
aliens.
need saving too. So
Hmm,
could
I
go
No, I
think
think the
other way
problem
around.
though with a lot of discussions surrounding UFOs and beings from other regions of the universe is that I don't like how it's being cheapened little by little. Like,
mm,
back in the 60s, right? Back in the 50s, it was like any reports of aliens, and it's like, wow, it opens up a vista for you. Like it makes your mind soar. Like, oh, I want to imagine what life must be like in other places in the universe. And then, like fast forward, more and more years till the present, I just feel like a lot of the disclosure, kind of cheapens the experience
mm.
by kind of like giving you half truths. Like if even for example in mainstream media, they would show you like, oh yeah, when we were thinking about doing disclosure, like somebody from the Pentagon is testifying, and it's like yes, but they don't really give you anything definitive or
It's
concrete, right?
it's the government cover-ups, you know?
Yeah, but and then I think it's intentional the way
Oh
they're
yeah.
releasing it. It's like it
Oh
it
yeah.
makes you
And
it
the way
makes you
that they make
almost
other people look crazy and just attack
yeah.
their character and attack who they are.
Yeah.
It's
Also like makes you so jaded to news about aliens. Like I don't get excited anymore. And that's the unfortunate part. Like I used to imagine as a kid like, "Oh man, I would be so excited if I heard news about other beings, coming to visit us." And now when I hear it on the news and I hear it on social media and stuff, and it's like, first of all, you're not even sure if it's true, right? If it's just false information. But and then it's just so unfortunate how it makes you like don't care about something that should be exciting, that's so unfortunate.
I
Yeah.
think that we gotta hold on to our childlike wonder and joy about things.
Yes.
We have to choose to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. Choose to be excited
Well, I
about
don't know, I
things.
don't have any friends who told me about UFOs, but I do have a lot of friends because I grew up in jungle Asia, right? It's like I grew up in the Philippines, so we
Jungle
get a lot
Beach.
of it's a
Uh,
joke in the middle of the night,
yeah.
talk here in the podcast. Are you a fancy Asian or are you a jungle Asian?
Jungle Beach.
But
Uh,
anyway, growing up in jungle Asia, and there's I'm not trying to be racist. I grew up there, so I feel like I can say that. But growing up in places like, Southeast Asia, Thailand, for example, and Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, again, it's very prevalent, right? I talked
mhm,
about Eastern spirituality a while ago, and in Southeast Asia, talks of otherworldly beings like dwarves and elves and elemental spirits. It's very commonplace. It's almost like a non-issue. It's not
Okay,
like,
okay.
ooh, it's like,
Oh,
oh, there's an elemental in the forest. Like, yeah, we know that. Like everyone you talk
okay.
to.
Stop everything. Stop everything. Tell me your spiritual
Oh,
experiences.
well, I had some, but like when I would visit my friends, and then they would have all these estates in the provinces because they're loaded, right? They own plantations and they have acres of jungle. And then they would tell me a lot of interesting stories. Like, one of the creatures in the Philippines is a half horse, half man entity known as a tikbalang, right? So it's a
Is that a
trickster,
centaur?
almost like that, but it's like the upper body is a horse
Oh,
and
oh,
the lower body is a man. And then
it's reverse
oh.
whatever form it
centaur.
Reverse,
appears,
right?
like
Like, right.
no, but the main thing you have to remember about this entity is that it's a trickster. It's almost like in Norse mythology. It's a trickster. It's like it likes to play tricks on people. So one
Right.
of the hallmarks, if you're if you're having an experience with this entity, is that if you're walking along and somehow you keep circling back to the same place, for
Mhm.
example, even like trying to cross a bridge, right? Like, for
Hmm.
example, okay, this bridge has 10 lamps, and I start walking, right? Somewhere in the middle, you realize that, hey, wait a second, I passed 10 lamps. Why am I still in the middle? You know what I mean? Like, you realize that, wait, I'm just like walking and I'm not reaching the end of the bridge. That's how you know you're having an encounter with one of these entities. Yeah. So like that's a
And
very
that, and that's
common thing.
and that's happened to you.
Oh no, not me personally. No, of course not. Of course not. I'm not
Oh,
not certified to talk about this in any way, shape, or form. It's all people around me because I grew up there, and then they would tell me
yeah.
these things. But
Yeah.
it's pretty universal. And then another creature is the old man of the tree. It's called what do you call that? I forgot the term, but you would usually know that you're meeting that entity if you're walking along and you smell tobacco. Like that old man of the tree likes to smoke, right? And then the old man of the tree, some of them are benevolent, some of them not so much. And then the trick is to try not to step on that tree because they regard it as their home, right? So if you trespass and you accidentally, um, you know, just like trample on their property, they get very upset. Yeah. So that's another one. And then, oh, one I can share with you personally that did happen to me. Actually, you made me remember, Emily, is that, oh, Katie, sorry, is that when I was little, I was playing in the garden in this property that was like an old Spanish home, right? That my parents rented because my dad thought, hey, this is a nice house, and we wanted to move to a bigger place, and it was a really old Spanish home, right? And you could immediately feel your hair standing up the moment you walk in there. There's something there, but I don't think it's really, malevolent or anything, but there are definitely like spirits around, right? And one day I was playing along the garden, just minding my own business. And then I can't explain it. Suddenly my fever just shot up. Like I suddenly had a fever and it was really, really high. I didn't know what was going on. It's like I was fine a minute ago. And why am I feeling so sick now? Right. And then my dad hired actually a college student that he hired to be our full time, kind of like a nanny plus tutor, teaching us Filipino and English and helping us with our homework. And she said, "Oh, I think I know what happened to you." So she took out a basin of water and she got a candle, and then she started dripping the wax from the candle onto the water. And she was reading, kind of like reading bones, like how in some societies they would like do a sacrifice, animal sacrifice, and read the entrails, something like that. And so she was reading the wax drippings on top of the water. She said, "Oh, you stepped on somebody." Like, what? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, in the garden, like, there's a little elf who lives there. You stepped on him. He's like a little upset. I'm gonna go out there and apologize for you. And then you better come out with me and do the same thing. And the moment I did that, the fever was gone. That's one thing that did happen to me. It was crazy, right? I know. I don't. For all the listeners, I'm not saying you should believe me, but this is one of the experiences that I had when I was a kid growing up in Southeast Asia. That did happen to me.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
pretty
have
crazy.
I know somebody on a farm that has a farm on Gotland, and there is a special kind of tree that you are not supposed to mess with because of the gnomes, Nisar. And the other word for them is the small under the earth. De
There you
små
go. Yeah,
underjordingar.
yeah.
And they cut down the tree. They weren't thinking about it, and a lot more of their cows got sick and died that year.
There you go. Well, Reynold, our version
Interesting.
of that in East Asia is like whenever we would build a building or before the construction actually happens, like we would burn
Right.
incense, remember?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
then they would
yes,
hire like priests or monks from the temple to come and consecrate. And they just officially tell whoever's residing in this piece of property that we're very thankful you're letting us build here,
yeah,
right? And they would burn incense and like bye bye, basically, right? And then burn some
exactly, yeah,
paper money and make some offerings. It's our version of
yes,
that in East Asia. Same thing, yeah.
yeah,
I'm just so pissed off at the church that made people stop respecting nature and stop honoring the fae and the nature spirits and the things that were just so normal to people's lives, and they just made it all go away.
It's unfortunate, yeah. It's about power and
Even
control,
white
isn't it?
people. It always goes back to white people messing up everything.
No, I wouldn't say that. But if you do study history and religion, like, you do realize that it's all about power and control, right? If you
Yeah.
wipe
a lot of
out
things
pagan
are like that.
religions, you replace it with something else. You have the means for power and control, which is, people who are not so benevolent. They like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 A
That's what
lot of
people
crazy
strive
stuff,
for.
right?
Yeah, everyone wants money and power, right? And fame, right?
Yeah.
Drives
So,
them to do bad things.
what do you think about like carrying around the pain of things, bad decisions like in our DNA or past lives or the
Oh,
intersection
we
of
had this discussion several times in our podcast already, right, Reynold? Like,
Mhm.
who were we talking to the other day? We're talking about generational trauma. Yes, I believe in that. And me and
Yeah,
Reynolds, for example, we're trying not to pass on whatever generational trauma we have to our kids. You know,
mm,
yes,
we're at that generation where we recognize that there is generational trauma, but we have yet to figure out how to deal with it in a healthier manner. But we do recognize that the buck has to stop with us and not pass it on to our children.
how old are your kids?
I have a 15-year-old and I have a 2-year-old.
Oh, I also have a 2-year-old.
Aw, little
that.
devils.
You have kids too, Reynold?
Yeah, mine is 9. Mine's 9.
9. I
Yeah, I
have
have
two
one.
9-year-olds.
I got two 9-year-olds. Okay,
Twins.
Twins.
twins, double the trouble.
Oh gosh. They're awesome.
Yes,
It's 9
it's
is
they're
much
great.
better than like 7, wouldn't you say?
Uh, Sort of blends together, but I guess so. Yeah, a little bit stronger
Like
in
6,
9.
7, there's all that emotional intensity without the ability to actually like comprehend. And with 9, they can comprehend and have pity now
Sometimes,
and then. And
I guess sometimes, right? Sometimes you could reason with them, but sometimes
sometimes,
they're still kids. They're just kids.
yeah.
Well, Reynolds brings up a
Sometimes,
good point. He always says that he learns from his son, actually.
mm,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Because,
of times
we
I
keep,
learn from it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep talking about like how we can educate them. But for Reynolds, he actually picks up a lot of learning from his son.
That's
Because
awesome.
yeah, you can learn from both ways, right? You learn from your parents, or you can learn from the younger generation. So you pick up. Everyone has their good and bads, right? So everyone's focused like, oh, I gotta learn from the oldest person, richest person, most famous person. But everyone has something to give, right? So
Yeah.
it's up to you to decipher it or sort through it and see, get the diamond of in the rough, right? And find those nuggets of wisdom that they're trying to show you. So
Yeah. Have
that's what I
you
think.
heard have you heard about this? I heard this beautiful thing that a lot of people, in the reincarnation, come deciding to come to this life, to come to this point in time and space. They're coming, this generation is coming with neurodivergence as a tool for helping people wake up to reality.
Yeah,
Because
the
it's
more
not just,
advanced souls, yeah, trying
yeah,
to
fall in
Just
line, be a
coming
good
here with a
soldier, do
mission.
what
Yeah.
everybody says.
uh-huh.
Um, they're not going to just assimilate like so many others have. They're going to ask why and not be afraid to ask why and challenging cultures, challenging traditions, be like, why are we doing this? And
You know,
it's
we
like,
always
It's
need
pretty
people like
interesting.
that, I think, in any
yeah,
time in history.
Yeah.
We always need people like that to push the envelope
yeah,
and just change things.
yeah.
That's
I
Yeah.
pretty
actually
cool.
had a
Yeah.
lady on my podcast who's from India and she's a psychic
Oh
and
wow.
just it was really interesting to hear about in their culture. It was like, yeah, of course everybody believes in that kind of thing, but that's not something that your kids do. That's something for other people. And she was somebody who was like much more serious about the faith, not just going through the motions like so many others were, but was like, why are we doing this?
You bring up such a good point. Actually, one of the main things that are discussed within circles here in Asia for people who are psychic or who are more attuned spiritually is that despite all the stuff that we talked about just now, uh, in the end, it is powered by belief. So when there are less and less people, especially younger generations, who just simply don't believe in this stuff anymore, the power goes away. You
Mm,
know, so a lot of it that's one reason why some cultures are more resilient than others. They try to
mm,
upkeep the tradition and then they try to pass it on. But unfortunately, when they're trying to teach you the routine, they don't really tell you the reasons why. And then the younger generations is lost on them. They're like, why are we doing all of this? Why are we burning incense and why are we, making all these offerings to all these deities that we don't even know about, right? And then slowly over time, because nobody believes in them anymore, these deities just go away. They disappear
mm.
because there's no power left. Nobody's believing in them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No belief.
Yeah. So in
Pretty
the
cool.
end, what I'm trying to say is it's still about people. The power is in you.
Oh.
Sure, like in one of our episodes, if you have a chance to listen to it, um, it's about temple culture, right? We don't remember our episode on
Yeah.
temple culture. I
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah.
to talk to you about that.
Yes.
It's the same thing. Like, some temples, the reason why they shut down eventually is because there's just no believers anymore. In that
Dude,
community, nobody shows up and make offerings anymore, and slowly the local deity of that area just moves, basically. You know? So
I've
there's always,
been
yeah. Go
I've
ahead,
been to
please.
Yeah.
so many different countries across Europe and it's dying, man. Like it's full of old people who won't change and won't make things more accessible to the younger folks. And it's not going to be around forever.
I just think that's
And
the way of things, though. Yeah.
it's like, okay, church is these buildings, and you're spending so much money on the upkeep and the comfort of these buildings. And what about the actual meaning of it and actually going out and helping people? I'm not saying all churches are like that. I'm just saying like so many of them, it's just the social club and it's not about actually doing anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like it's all just motion, going through the motion without any of the substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things are just for show. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just for them. Even back to of the what Vic is saying about fake gurus, everything is just about them getting more money, getting fame, or getting respect. It's all about themselves, not about making the world better or whatnot. It's making themselves better. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
younger generations don't like that.
All those years I spent as a missionary, the people that like we would depend on donations and things to get from one place to the next, the
Mhm.
poor churches were the most generous. The
Right.
yeah. Isn't that interesting?
churches
It's so
were
ironic,
super,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No, but I think all those years you spent as a missionary weren't wasted.
no,
It
I
it
believe that what we
it's
do within our heart is the thing that makes the difference, and my heart was in it to be a helper. But it is a lot to deconstruct.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, like any trauma, there's a lot to unpack.
But at
Yeah.
least
Um,
you were able to travel, see different places. So
Yeah, meet my Swedish husband.
you
Get the
see,
heck
always
out
look to
of
the
here.
positive side, right? You got a
Yeah.
husband out of it. So
I mean, the fact that you're living in Sweden, it's
yeah.
like, like most, it's not a place where you normally hear people say, "I'm moving to Sweden." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, that's true. Uh,
in a couple of weeks, we'll have my Norwegian friend and his wife come on, and I'm
Cool.
going to ask him if relations between Sweden and Norway has improved because he told me that apparently there's this thing going on in Scandinavia that us non-Scandinavians don't know about, which is like the
Uh,
Swedes hate the Norwegians and the Norwegians hate the Swedes. I don't know how much of that
The
is
Swedes
true.
hate the Danes,
the what?
and everybody thinks that all Finnish people want to do is fight and drink.
All these stereotypes, right?
Yeah, lots of stereotypes. But Norway and Sweden are like it feels like a brother kind of situation.
Like a
Feels like
rivalry, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
brother kind of rivalry.
yeah.
And
Because
Sweden,
if you're talking like old Scandinavia, those are the two countries, right?
but I mean,
Norway and Sweden.
obviously, you know that Sweden is better than Norway, right?
There
No,
you
right.
go.
Yes, right.
See. Well, since
When it
you're our
comes
guest
down
today,
to
of
it, right?
course, 100%, like
All right,
100%.
right.
Well, we have my friend John on. We'll say, yeah, well, hell yeah, Norway's
Until
much
someone else
better.
convinces us
Sweden,
otherwise, right?
what are you talking about? Sweden doesn't even come
Right,
close.
Be sure to let him know that Sweden's better.
right. Maybe we'll have them all on at once after after their own episodes. We'll just have
Like
them
a
all on.
WrestleMania type
Let's
of
duke
thing.
it out. Let's
Duke it
right.
out.
Let's find out who's the best country right now.
Convince me Norway's better in 10 points.
Right?
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I made a big, scary, like open mouth, big teeth expression to
There we go.
Uh,
I throw like uh,
going
emojis.
down.
Oh man, it'll be
but speaking of
quite a
speaking of Sweden, though, the social benefits are quite good, no?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
my kids,
especially as
my
a
girls,
mother, like you do get a lot of incentives to have children, right?
um, not there's it's kind of like you're weird if you have more than three kids. Like
Oh, really?
even three is a little pushing it for what's normal. Like what's normal is two kids.
oh,
Um, but like my twins were born at week 32, and for people who aren't aware of the dynamics of that, generally kids are born around week 40. So
Mm,
they were teeny, they were little
a
three
little preemie,
pounders.
a little
Yeah,
preemie. Yeah.
two little 3 pounders, and we stayed at the hospital for 6 weeks, and we didn't have to pay anything.
But that
That
must have been nerve-wracking for you.
I mean, yeah, in a lot of ways, but we were really go with the flow and trusting the doctors and nurses, and there were some scary moments for them, but for the most part, it was a great experience.
Oh,
And
that's
we got to
nice.
stay at the hospital with the babies. We
Good,
didn't have
and
good.
to leave them.
you said
Much
they
more
didn't
humane.
charge for that?
No, I mean it's taxes. Yeah, it's high
Oh,
taxes.
okay,
So
okay,
I always said like I'm never gonna complain about taxes because if it wasn't for them, my kids wouldn't be here.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Pros
definitely.
and cons, right? Each system
Right.
has its
Mhm.
pros and cons. Yeah. It's
Wow.
kind of
So,
similar to
right.
Taiwan's health system as well. We were talking about that in
That,
other episodes.
yeah, sort of universal hope. Yeah.
Yeah, universal
Yeah.
health care. Yeah, you get good medical attention here. You don't have to pay anything at all, just a little bit of
Right.
Randall,
money.
what the
Yeah.
heck are you doing in California? Get your butt to Taiwan.
No. Yeah. Hop on to the next flight. I mean, let me book. Right. After this episode, I gotta go book a flight. Right.
Do it.
No, we need Reynolds there in the US because he's the legit ABC, American born
Oh,
Chinese. We got to
after
have a token ABC on the show.
It's not like he loses his American born when he comes there.
That's
no,
true.
I get to keep it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just yeah, go become
But
a
Katie, it's not all sunshines and rainbows here either, We do have
Oh,
our own problems, of course, like any other
yeah.
place. Yeah.
I'm just so scared for people in America. I'm just so scared for people being rounded up by ICE, pulled out of their houses. Like being on Facebook and reading these things every day, I'm just like, everybody that can get out, get out.
That does
yeah.
sound scary, but what do you think, Reynolds? I mean, you're the one who's on the ground. I mean, we're all just
I
looking at
mean,
it from the outside.
that's true. I think some are stories, some are real, some are not, some are elaborated truth. For me, I haven't experienced anything of that nature. Although ISIS, ICE do come around here. I hear stories from friends and whatnot, but I haven't had any dealings with them.
Uh.
Maybe because I don't go out much, but stay low, right? Stay undercover,
Trademark Reynolds
right?
humor. Okay.
Yeah, but I think there is an issue, there is a problem, but I think this is a media thing. Um, it's not always what the media portrays it to be. They want to manipulate your minds. There's of any authority. I don't believe in like everyone has their own agenda. So every news outlet, everything, every posted story has their agenda. I feel, and then you sometimes just have to take every story unbiasedly, and then you sort of need to dig through that and find the real truth behind it. To be
And
honest,
partly
so
is it because Asians are kind of considered like model minorities in the US, so you're not really afraid that ICE is gonna come bother you.
no, it's not true. They still come for. I know some other my friends were telling me that yeah they came for some people like in and out. They were there. I think the story was they came out from it was Sunday, so they just came out from church service or something,
Oh, it's unfortunate, yeah.
or something. Yeah, and then they went to the In and Out. This isn't my friend's group. He just said he went to In and Out and saw some. I believe they were Vietnamese or whatnot, and then they got ISIS came and checked their IDs. I don't know if they took them away or not, but
Uh,
but they also did that one. Remember, it was also in the news where they uh, what was that? IKEA Hyundai, the plant where they got
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of the
oh yeah, yeah,
Koreans.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
deported the
they yeah, yeah
Koreans.
the Koreans. So it's not just the Hispanics or whatnot. So they're coming for everyone, but I think they're just going after low hanging fruit or something.
Um,
Um,
as,
sometimes uh,
as long as
my
people will
my
stand up to them, they got to be stood up to.
I have a feeling, okay, this is my own opinion, okay. Disclaimer alert, this is my opinion. If they come after me because I say this, but luckily we're not big enough for anyone to care. I think ICE, okay. I think ICE had a long time, a period where they had nothing to do, right? Because
So now they're
before
making up
Trump,
for
yeah,
lost
so
time.
it's that ego thing, right? I think a lot of them, oh, we got an opportunity to take action. I'm gonna take it.
Like my gun's
It's
just
been all
itching to
about
shoot.
yeah, exactly. It's all been about first responders and the police and everything. Now it's our turn to shine. we're in the news, right?
That's
Let's
possible.
go out and do
Yeah.
something, right? I mean,
That's one
I think that's
explanation. Yeah.
yeah. The,
They're just proud boys in police gear.
yeah, exactly. It's like, we get to go do something. Let's go do it. So
Yeah.
they go to like Dodger Stadium, like 50 officers and well, get one person or something like that, right? Like, yeah, we got him. But you know what, but some, they're still good. I want to say there's still, even in those groups, you have good and bad people, but um,
Yes. I think that's
I
end of
feel
the day, yes.
sometimes, yeah, I
It's
feel
hard to
sometimes, yeah,
overgeneralize, yeah. No, I
I
think
think
one of the
some, yeah,
reasons, right? I
okay,
keep repeating this whenever we talk is one of the challenges for the US is that it's such a big country with so many people. That's why
yeah,
there's so many things going on. Smaller
mhm,
places like Taiwan, for example, and maybe even Sweden, because it's a little smaller, population's not as big, it's more homogenous. It's a little
yeah,
bit easier to keep tabs on
that's
everything, and make sure things don't swing too far to the left or right, right? But
Mm,
in the US, one of the challenges, it's just such a big place with so many people and different types of people too, right? And this is one, unfortunately, this is one argument that, for example, mainland China likes to make. It's like, oh yeah, because it's such a big country and so many people, we got to be ruling with an iron fist, authoritarian, regime all the way because we got to, keep tabs on people and make sure everyone has something to eat. It's like, yeah, that's one instance where people use that excuse to do some bad things. So,
yeah.
it's because
I
it's
think that
big.
maybe you're better equipped than I am to not be so dualistic about things because America is such a I was injected into my DNA with such an intense dualism. Good, bad, black, white. Nah, nah.
Yeah, that's very US. Oh, I remember now. Like one of the earlier episodes, like somebody asked me about that, and my thought about it is, if coming from an Eastern kind of philosophy, is that it's generally a good thing, even though in the short term it might seem like a bad thing. But it's always like this push and pull between yin and yang,
Yeah.
between positive and negative. There's always this constant flux and push and pull of these two forces that enable the next phase to come. But if you look at it from that kind of like metaphysical Eastern religion thought, then what's happening in the US is not necessarily a bad thing. But then
Yeah.
a friend of mine made a very witty comment, and he's always like, yeah, that's only when you're not affected, right? It's all good.
that's true,
It's all
right?
good if you're not the one who's, affected by all that.
And like we
Right.
did come to this world in this time and space for this human experience.
That's
Like we
true.
didn't
That is
come
true.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
float on the fluffy cloud of oneness and stuff. We came for um
You're here for this grit.
contrast. Yeah,
Yeah, you're here for the grit, right?
yeah.
So,
When
yeah,
we die and we go back to our full selves and look back, think back on the experiences we got here, we're like, oh yeah, that was an experience.
that's exactly what those people who've experienced near-death experiences describe, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
oneness is on the other side, but
Once.
if you're here to experience duality, you're in the right place. But if you're here to look for oneness, I don't think you're going to get it here.
Right. I
Yeah,
always
the
say,
best you can aspire for is just balance. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
here's a really cool thing. Somebody had the experience when they were dying of like looking down, seeing their body, and just having the same feeling that you have when you're leaving a hotel room. Like, check my pockets, got my phone, got my keys. Okay, I'm out.
I never heard it described that way. That's fun. Oh
That's
boy.
pretty good. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting to any wrap up points that we want to circle around and make.
I mean,
Uh
I think we could probably keep on talking for another 12 hours. So,
yeah,
We
there's so
can,
much
but
so much we can
unfortunately,
talk about.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can. So that's why we got to leave leave a cliffhanger.
oh,
Well, yeah, we can't just
Yeah.
give out all the secrets.
We need reasons to
Oh
get
yeah,
Katie back to the podcast.
Oh
exactly.
man.
We need reasons
Yeah.
for people to come back to listen.
When do
if
you
we
when
talk
do
for
you want
12,
me back? What can we talk? What did we not talk about? I didn't talk much about my other creative things like my collages and my cards that I'd like to do a little magic with.
There you
oh,
go.
is it so is it magic or is it like so what is
Oh
it?
no, not magic tricks,
Oh,
like
magic. Oh.
communicating with the beyond.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
see,
okay.
we
Okay.
haven't
Yeah,
we can
we could do a
get
whole
that's an
episode
episode
with
right
that.
there.
Yeah, that's a whole episode right there. You break
Yeah.
out the all set or whatever.
Yeah.
You can do read it on Vic. There we go.
I haven't told you other crazy stuff that's happened to me yet, so I'm not gonna give all of it out in one go.
I want to
We got
hear
to break
all the
it.
crazy stuff, all the glitches
Yes.
in the matrix.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yes.
I'll
Yes.
tell you all about them.
We could do that. And then we have the Vic's Norwegian friend come on. So we gotta have that
Yeah.
the
SmackDown.
battle. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Oh,
WWE
oh,
SmackDown.
have
Yeah,
you guys
right.
have you guys seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh yeah, my kids
Oh
love that.
man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's down.
that's like the right. That's like on repeat everywhere. On every kid's iPad or Netflix.
Oh gosh, my kids are obsessed. One of my
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
was
Oh
a
man.
demon for Halloween.
Oh, they were all that. We went trick or treating. They were all dressed up as that. All the girls were dressed up as the Huntrix. All of them. I,
Yeah.
don't, I
My
was
I
like,
kid
mean, they
oh
are
wasn't
pretty cool.
my
yeah.
kid wasn't a huntrix. She was just a demon.
Oh, she was.
Somehow, I'm not surprised.
I'm so, my parents would be so pissed off. I'm so proud.
Oh, oh,
Oh
but
boy.
that was good.
All right, so why don't we wrap up and
Yes.
Katie can give us her words of wisdom before we sign off
Yes. Some words of wisdom
to
or
leave to our audience before we
All
sign
right.
some
off.
All right.
provoking thoughts or something.
I'm
Hook
ready.
us for next time. All
Okay.
right, go ahead.
Oh, I have to. I thought you were wrapping up and then I was going to give wisdom.
Oh no, you could
You
give
go ahead and
wisdom.
give her
Then I
wisdom.
Oh,
Go
close out
ahead.
the show. Yeah.
okay. Okay. My wisdom is have fun and be creative and take time for yourself to do something that feels good and feels creative. No matter how busy you think you are, there is time for you to be happy and be connected to your inspiration.
Nice.
Nice, nice. I like that. Okay, I'm going to use that today. All right, I'm using that
Yay!
today. But again, thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie, for joining us. We'll definitely have you on again. There's
What
definitely
about
a
me? I
lot
want to
more.
give my words of wisdom too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Fine.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Vic wants to. He doesn't want to show his face, but he wants to give his words of wisdom. All right. Bye. Go ahead, Vic.
Stay away from funny looking mounds and gardens. You never know what you're stepping on.
Oh, oh man.
If it
Okay.
looks suspicious, just walk away.
Walk away. All right. Uh, that's a good one. Oh man. Okay. All right. So, all right. Now I could close out the show, right?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
All right. All right. Thank you again, Katie. That was we'll definitely have you on for some more random chats and random thoughts. But thank you again. Thank you everyone for joining. Please like and subscribe. Again, sharing is caring. And again, till the next episode. Thank you, everyone. See you guys later.
Bye, Katie.